Welcome to episode 9 of the A Free Spirit Life podcast. Hi, thanks for being here today. I'm Shannon Kinney-Duh, creator of afreespiritlife.com. I'm a holistic life coach, yoga teacher, and artist, and a mother to 3 boys. And I created this space as a sacred place for inspiration and celebration where women can heal, grow, and transform their lives. It's all about learning how to find the courage to live more authentically, creatively, courageously, and soulfully. So I'm really happy that you're here today. If you're new to the show, check out my other episodes. And welcome. Thank you again for being here. Today we are talking about the season change. I'm going to share 5 suggestions on how you can make this shift into autumn, right before we get to winter, how you can make this a sacred experience in your life and how you can use these suggestions to feel better this time of year. So I have been feeling like a crazy person the last couple of weeks, and it's mainly because my schedule has been so booked, just full to the brim, and I'm just trying to get my head above water. And, a big part of it is my own doing, but it's also just the nature of being a mom to boys, to a dog, to, having to keep track of school schedules. It just feels like there's always somewhere to go, someone that needs to be somewhere at some given time in the day. And I just feel like sometimes just all I am doing is providing and giving and helping and resourcing out to every single person I know. And for those of you who have that caregiver type of personality, most women do. For those of you who have a family, especially if your children are younger, you know what it means to continually give until the point of depletion. And every time I get into this time of the year, I start to really feel a deep desire to let go of more, to simplify my schedule, to say no more often, to stay home. It's getting cooler out there. In fact, today is our first really cold day. It's really windy and, it's just not inviting. I don't want to go out in the sunshine right now. I want to wrap myself in a blanket and, put on my favorite socks and get a hot drink and just kind of curl up and stay in. And, for those of you who live in that part of the world that gets cold, that's an easy, obvious change in season that says, hey, this is our time to go within, right? I was just recently in California. Well, obviously, they don't get a lot of season change there. There's some fluctuation, but really, there's no major leaf color changing. There's not a lot of flux in the temperature. And so they still try to do the seasonal things, but you have to be much more intentional, I think, to really embrace the gifts of the new season. You might be on the other side of the world from me, and so you're possibly experiencing spring right now. So this is mainly for my friends who are really preparing to shift into that autumn energy. And if you aren't intentional about it, if you don't slow down a little and notice what you need and feel in your own life, then you're going to miss the opportunity to restore, to renew, all those things that autumn can bring for you. So today I wanted to share just 5 of my favorite suggestions as you're reflecting in your own life what you need. As I was talking about where I've been the last couple of weeks of just this overwhelming sensation of being overbooked, I'm trying to look at my own life and see what can I let go of? What do I have to do? What do I need energy for? And what is it that I really want to do, but maybe now isn't the right time? And for me, I have a lot of energy, a lot of creative ideas, and a lot of things I want to do. And sometimes I try to do too much at once. And this time of year reminds me that, I just simply can't. I don't have as much energy as I feel like I do in those brighter, warmer months. I do want time to, snuggle up and read and go to bed early and all those things that we're feeling we need right now. So that's the hardest thing for me is letting things go or setting them aside for a different season. So as you're looking at your own life and noticing your own energy level, have you been feeling like me where you're kind of trying to keep your head above water and you're racing to get through your day and it just feels overbooked and you're tired? Are you feeling a sense of harmony? Are you feeling a sense of peace? Are you feeling more in balance right now because you have been letting things go? Just kind of pay attention to what you need right now. My first suggestion for you is as you are in this transitionary time of the new season, embrace the change happening in your life. Embrace the change happening around you. And that's really, really hard to do. We see that there's natural change in the season going on. The trees are changing color. The world is constantly changing. And we know this, right? We know that everything is temporary. We know that there's so much uncertainty out there. We know that change can come knocking at our door every single day. And for most of us, it does. We wake up, we look in the mirror, we look different. We see another wrinkle, another gray hair. We are changing. And we can either learn to accept it and embrace it even, celebrate it, be open to it. Or we can resist it, we can fight it, we can be disgusted by it. But when you allow yourself to think of this time of year as a gift, to think of change as a gift, you allow yourself to be fully present and open to these new possibilities, even though it feels scary. For most of us, we want to feel grounded. We want to feel secure. We want to feel this sense that everything is going to happen as we have planned it to happen, right? But if you look back at your own life, you will see that there's always moments of change that take us in a new direction. And sometimes we kick and scream along the way. And so look at your own life. Do you see change knocking at your door? Do you see some opportunities coming your way? Are there new people coming into your life, new job opportunities, new relationships, new creative ideas? What is happening that feels a little scary, that feels a little uncertain, that is changing your world? And how are you responding to it? Notice that this season. Be open to the changes coming your way. And in fact, invite them to come your way. And remember that this is the nature of life. Change is part of life, and it's a part of this season. And see where you can allow changes to happen within yourself and all around you in your environment. The second suggestion to celebrate the gifts of autumn, practice letting go. Release the things that feel like a burden to you. So if you're feeling that sense of being overtaxed and you're still saying yes to every opportunity that's coming your way or everything that's being asked of you, where can you set a little new boundaries? Where can you say no? Where can you say maybe not yet or not now? Just as all the leaves are dropping those leaves and clearing space in the branches. This is your chance to clear space in your life. So where do you need to clear space? What things are you holding on to that you can give away and donate? What projects have you been holding on for years thinking you're going to get to someday? Could you release them? Could you just let them go and be done with that? What obligations have you taken on that feel heavy, that feel too much, that feel like a burden? Check in with yourself and see what you can let go of. My third suggestion, be bold and be brave. The colors where I live right now in the Midwest are prime right now. I mean, the reds are unbelievable. The yellows, the orange, they're so bright and beautiful when that light shines. It's amazing. They are bold. They are amazing. And I have been sitting by the lake every so often just watching the leaves. And have you ever just stopped and really watched leaves fall, especially when they're not like being blown, but when they just decide to drop? It is so magical. I think I'm weird. But watching the leaves and how they literally, it looks like they're dancing. And they're flitting and they're flying and they're floating. And they look so free. They look so happy. Yes, I'm putting personality to my leaves, okay? I have kids. This is what we do. So the leaves, they look like they're dancing. And in that moment, before they drop, I like to imagine that they're just a little fearful. It's like, okay, I've never done this before. I've been bold. I've been beautiful. I showed all my colors, and now I'm ready to fall, right? So this is your time to be seen. Before you jump, before you go dance, before you fly and feel free, let your colors be seen. Be bold. Do something that scares you. Take a risk. Ask for help. Delegate when you're feeling overwhelmed. Admit that you don't know something. Take a new job or apply for that job that you've been thinking about. Write that letter that you've been wanting to write. Go talk to that person that you're nervous about talking to. Start your own podcast or blog or business or book. What is it in you that you are ready to manifest, but you've been feeling afraid? This is your time to be bold, to be seen. And that takes courage. So be brave. Be brave like those leaves who are about to jump. They've shown their full colors and now they're flying. Okay? All right. My fourth suggestion on ways to celebrate this season, to reset, to renew, and to feel better. This is your time to renew and reinvest in your self-care ritual. So it takes practice to take good care of yourself. It really does. It takes a daily commitment and a daily practice. But with a season change, your self-care needs are also changing. So in the summer, I felt a deep desire to walk, to run, to move, to sweat, to be out and push myself in that way more physically. Now as we're shifting into autumn and already I'm feeling cold, I've been drawn to hot baths, lighting candles, using grounding oils, journaling more often, drinking warm, healthy teas, soups. Even I've been cooking more because I just love eating healthy food, and I've been prepping more and storing my freezer meals in the freezer just so that I'm prepared for those nights when I don't want to cook. So those are all forms for me of self-care. So this is your chance to look at your routine. Do you have a daily self-care routine? And if you don't, now is the time to get one. But what are your current self-care needs? Do you feel a need to go within? Are you feeling some need for self-reflection, like a journaling practice? Are you feeling more of a need for restorative yoga or starting a meditation practice? Do you feel like now would be a good time to bring some enrichment to your friendships that maybe you didn't have time for this summer? Could you call some new friends and schedule some lunches? What's your definition of self-care? Just start to renew your self-care practice and make it a daily ritual. And then my fifth suggestion, as we celebrate what it means to embrace autumn, enjoy harmony in your life. Make slowing down and bringing a sense of balance to your life as sacred. So I've been seeing a lot on the internet lately about balance. Does it exist? How do you get it? Is it impossible in our modern world? And seems to always be an extreme case. It's either these are the ways to get balance if you follow this, rigid way of being, or throw out all the rules and, allow yourself to just flow and be spontaneous throughout your day. But really, I do believe in balance, but I believe it's cyclical and I believe it's based on the seasons. So there is a time when you feel more like pushing and you feel that masculine energy of being out there and being busy all the time and, really kind of outward energy, really, which to me is more spring and it's summer. And then it's, just now we're wrapping that up at the harvest time. Right? And so now is the time, the true gift, when we can really see where balance is lacking in our life and how we can start to bring it back into life. I do believe in balance. I just think that we really have to be conscious and intentional about it. And we have to do all the other things I just mentioned. We have to be able to embrace change. We have to be okay with watching our life change, with letting things go, with not doing everything that we want to all at once. We have to practice being courageous, being bold, and being brave. And it really does take courage to take good care of ourselves, to be a little selfish, to say no to things, to put our needs first, to let go of being all for everyone and instead slow down. Man, does that take courage in this busy, crazy world. So when people are saying there's no impossible way to, or, having balance is impossible, yes, it is if you are comparing yourself to everyone else out there. If you are caught up in our advertisements and our media and the news and the craziness of the world and the crazy disconnected vibe where everyone is constantly addicted to looking at their phones and spending our entire existence on Facebook and crossing off the list and not being present or mindful or conscious of who we are, where we are, what we want in our life, then you will never understand or feel what balance is. But to me, balance is ever changing. It's just as uncertain as change itself. Balance is possible, but it's all dependent on your mindset, your feelings, and your choices. Are you thinking that you never do enough, that you're never good enough, that you need to do more for love? If you could just please these people, if you could say yes to this and this and this, if you could show everyone what you can do with this and that you would somehow then feel whole and complete and content? With a mindset that is based on doubt, on fear, on lack, you will never find a state of balance. You will never truly understand what it feels to be in harmony with life. So the true gift of this season is to find your own balance, your own harmony. And that is going to take your commitment to letting go, your embracing of change, your connection to your inner courage, which is what we talk about in the show all the time. So, my dear friend, take a breath with me. How do you feel in this moment? I can so easily get caught up in the day-to-day push and pull of life. I love my phone just as much as anyone else. I'm on Facebook quite a bit, just as much as you probably are. But this time of the year is really calling us to listen to what we need, to listen to that tug inside of our hearts, to listen to what will truly feed our soul. That is the true gift of this season. If you're not feeling the shift yet, notice why. Are you not giving yourself the need to slow down and listen? Are you not giving yourself that time? I was asking my husband this the other day because I am obsessed with season changes. He always laughs at me because I'm like, oh my gosh, this is my favorite season. And then, winter comes and I'm like, oh my gosh, I love fall, or I love winter. And I do this every single season. So I'm kind of obsessed with the season changes, but I really do feel them deeply. And I said, am I the only one who feels like this excitement and this desire to eat apple crisp and, breathe in the cool autumn air and go crunch in the leaves and then stay home all day and wrap myself in a quilt and eat soup? And I know I'm not the only one. I know that is our nature, but I've just been practicing quite a bit in my own life to stay connected to that part of nature. And that is what this show is really, really about, is about you don't have to keep pushing and stay stuck in that disconnection and that dis-ease and that the disengagement that you may feel when you're trying to keep your head above water. And believe me, I know what it feels like. And so let's together support each other as we move forward this season. Embrace change. Accept that everything in life is uncertain and temporary. And so rather than fight it and resist it, embrace it. Be open to it. Practice letting go. Release the things that are making you feel heavy and burdened. Be bold and brave. Let your true colors show. Let yourself be seen. And use that courage in your life to make a difference, to make a change, to take good care of yourself, to be a little selfish as you renew your own self-care ritual. Take good care of yourself this season, even if it means that you're going to have to disappoint some people. And then think about balance in your life. Rethink about it. Change your mindset and see what you can do to enjoy harmony. And with that's going to be a slower pace. With that's going to be being okay with what is. Just being okay with where you are in this moment and trusting that it's right where you need to be, but that you can find a sense of balance, even though it may fluctuate. You might feel balanced 1 hour and then the next hour you don't, but truly you can find harmony. And a big piece of it, my friend, get out of your head, step into your heart, be more present, be intentional, be mindful. And truly celebrate the gifts of this season so that you can reset and renew and feel good. If you want to join us in the discussion, make sure that you're part of our A Free Spirit Life community on Facebook. You can go to groups, type in A Free Spirit Life community, and join us there. And you can also just check out the show notes for this show, and I'll share some other resources on how to embrace autumn. And you can join my mailing list at afreespiritlife.com. And that's where you will also receive a free guided meditation for relaxation, as well as a making room for creativity toolkit. So lots of love to you. Thank you for listening. Please share my show with your friends, and you still have an opportunity to win. I have a few amazing prizes that we're giving away: essential oils. That would be awesome this time of year. We've got natural body products, elderberry, which you definitely need this time of year, and so much more. So definitely check out the giveaway. All you have to do to win one of our prizes is stop by iTunes and leave a review for this show. Your reviews are so meaningful, and it helps me keep going, but it also helps us find other free spirits who could benefit from these shows. So thank you for doing that. Thank you for your support, and I can't wait to see you next week. Bye. Open your heart and your soul.